right, all right. Good evening. How's everybody doing?
We're doing great.
It's just you and me, Johnny.
We are. We'll hold the fort down.
It's just you and me and maybe a couple of special guests. We're not sure. We're gonna try to ride out the storm and see what happens.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
All right. It's Wednesday, November 30th. You believe November is history.
Yep.
Gone.
December 1st tomorrow.
We're rolling into December, and man, we've got between all we got going on in December, man. We're gonna be we'll be sleeping all day Christmas.
Yes, we will. Oh yeah, we got
a lot going on.
We definitely won't be seeing the New Year coming in as far as the time wise. You won't be up at 12. You won't be up at 12 o'clock watching that ball drop.
No, not a little bit.
Sure.
Not a little bit. Nope.
9:30, 10 o'clock's pushing it for me now.
And it doesn't have to be New Year's Eve for me. So
no, exactly.
But fantasy football, things are going well. Why don't you give us a rundown, give us an update, let us know where everybody stands.
All right. Well, we're us hosts are coming back now, slowly but surely. Lauren and Anthony kicked butt again this week. With a score of 239 to the viewers 174, so brings the season record to 7-5. So that's good to see. We're creeping in there. You have 2 wins, Carl. Lauren and Anthony have 2 wins, and I have 1. So I'm pulling up the rear. I'm holding us back this year so far. And this week's high scorer was Tyler O'Brien. He's the Weasel. He got up there this week with the 205 score. So he did a good job this week.
Why are we calling Tyler a weasel?
He just is.
And for those that care, Tyler is John's son.
Absolutely.
And I think he might know a little bit more about football.
He probably does.
All right. Just throwing that out there. I owe you a few after this week. So.
Oh, of course. All right, we got Lauren and Lauren's joining us here from Tinseltown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got.
Hi guys.
Hey,
there you go. All dressed up in the gritty outfit.
Oh yeah.
Look at you all grittied up.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
What's going on?
Not too much.
No.
Not too much. No. It's a decent crowd here tonight. All things considered, the rain stopped like as soon as I got here, and it's not too windy, so not bad.
Very
See
nice.
if I can flip my camera around here.
And the heater's not right next to your leg, burning your leg, so it must not be there.
Well, I almost caught my gritty blanket on fire, so I've given that a breath for a minute.
Okay, we don't want that to happen. There you go.
There you go. Giving a little bird's eye view of what Tinseltown looks like at night.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
Any gritty sightings yet?
I have. I've seen him twice.
Oh, nice.
Yep, scooting around on his scooter dressed as Santa.
Okay.
Yep.
Did he acknowledge you?
No, he hasn't seen me yet. I'm guessing if he did, there would have been an acknowledgement, but he hasn't actually seen me.
Gotcha. Okay.
You just popped on. We just announced you and Anthony kicked butt again this week in fantasy football.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
So you won 239 to 174. So good job.
Sweet.
Brings our season record to 7-5. So we're keeping him. So, but yeah, it looks like a nice night out there. Otherwise, considering how bad the weather was today earlier.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So, temperature-wise, isn't bad either.
I mean, this is probably hot for John out here, but for me, it's chilly.
I was about to put the air conditioner on in here. I was getting a little warm, but
when I first got here, guys came up to the front of the hut and they said, "Where's the guy in the shorts?" I said, "Well, he doesn't work every night." He goes, anytime I thought I was cold, I looked over at him and thought, it's not that bad. I go, well, his name's John for the record. And he goes, I like guy in the shorts better.
I like that too. That's good.
So you're famous here already. I have no idea. They're vendors from another booth. I have no idea who they are or if you know who they are.
I probably do. I probably do know the guy. I think he's off to the right of us.
And then he immediately told me he was getting a spiked hot chocolate, and it was barely 4:30.
It's cold for him.
Yep.
I think he's from like North Jersey too, which I'm a little surprised. But oh well, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
But, yeah, it's all good.
All right, Johnny, what else you got in fantasy world?
I think that's about it. We're going to get everybody in, get their votes in this week, and they got time to go in this week, and we keep updating the leaderboard. I mean, it's already week 13 so far of this year already. It's going fast. It's crazy, and we got 6 more weeks to go. And
okay,
it just feels like yesterday we started this contest, but
yes,
now we're down to six weeks. So
yeah.
Now's the crunch time. But Carolyn is a heavy favorite to take the winners bracket this year. So
okay,
if she don't want to jinx her, but if she holds on to our lead, she's doing well.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I adjusted the scores a little bit, and for the 4 weeks being out, and she's doing nice right at the moment.
Turn the volume down. Jeez.
The live audience
might think it was her first week in the same room. Unreal.
Yeah. So, did you hear the breaking news earlier about a half hour ago that Jalen Hurts was the offensive player of the week?
I did see that this afternoon. Yes.
Yeah, I just heard that pop up a little while ago that he ended up.
Yep.
So,
and that Jordan Davis could play this Sunday.
Yes. That would be much needed with that big body with Derrick Henry coming at us this week. So.
All right. Well, we can jump into some Eagles talk. No better time coming off a big win Sunday night. For all of us Jalen Hurts fans. Hello. Knock, knock.
We're here. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we might have some issues in Tinseltown. We may not have enough tinsel to get through an hour. But good win Sunday night. Good win.
Yeah.
Anytime you can put up that many points against any defense,
right?
And again, we were just talking about Jordan Davis. We're talking about we gave up a lot of points as well.
Yeah, we did.
So the defense needs to shore some things up.
Yeah, well, they got to get healthy again now. With Chauncey Gardner is out. Probably for the rest of the year as far as the regular season goes with that lacerated liver. So that's not a good thing. So hopefully he has a speedy recovery there.
Yeah, hopefully he's a fast healer.
Right. Exactly. Because he's been a big part of that defense in the back there.
Well, he was leading the NFL in interceptions, right?
Yep. Exactly. Yep. And so it was good. We got to get the special teams is the bigger issue. That's the bigger issue for us to get that straightened out. You can't have teams starting at midfield almost all the time on the kickoffs.
Well, the special teams coach said he was taking accountability on that. What the hell does that mean?
I guess he's great. I guess he's grading them up, grading everybody out.
Grading them up or grading them out?
Well, both. But like they say, though, the Eagles are one of the only few teams that don't use the starters as special team players,
or as many starters,
right? Or as many, right? That could be part of the problem a little bit. You're starting with a little bit lesser talent wise, on that side of the ball, but to keep the guys fresher during the season. But it's gonna be interesting to see. You're gonna have a nice test this Sunday with a good coach that knows how to coach defense to see how they coach up against us, and the running game that
All right, so
can be tough.
So Nick has a great question, and I'm going to follow it up with one of my own. He's asking if the NFC East is the best division in football. And behind that, are the Eagles ready to wrap up this division this week with another win?
Well, I don't know that they can wrap the division up. That magic number is still a little ways away, just because of the Cowboys are right there. But
who?
The Cowgirls. With them being right there, and we have to play them on Christmas Eve. The NFL set us up to lose that game, potentially being our third road game in a row. So they can get the playoffs, though. Yes, yeah, you're right, Johnny. They can get the playoff spot. They just can't clinch the division. So yeah, they do need a little bit of help, but a win will go a long way to locking up a spot in the playoffs this week. But
well, we need to lock up the division and let everybody come chasing. But asking Nick's question about the best division in football is the NFC. I mean, record-wise, it is, right?
Right at the moment, yeah, everybody's over 500 in the division, and it's definitely a tough division, and but we still got to play each other a lot, so that's gonna figure itself out there a little bit, because teams are gonna
you got 2 games. You got 2 games with the Giants, right?
You got 2 against the Giants and 1 against the Cowboys.
Right.
So you got three more divisional games left.
Right. So hypothetically, if you win 2 of 3 there, I mean, you win 2 of 3. I mean, that pretty much sews up the division. No.
Well, you'll have 2 losses in the division with that being the case, if that's the way it goes out.
And the Cowboys already have 3.
Right. Yeah, as long as the we beat the Cowboys, that will come out that way.
Right.
I mean, Washington's got to play the Giants, their next 2 weeks. We play the Giants in between the Washington game, because they had the bye, and then after the bye they play the Redskins or Washington, and then Washington after they come off the bye. So that'll be interesting to see there. So I mean, some teams may fall off a little bit, but yeah, I do believe this is probably the best division so far this year, because you just look at the record away from the division games that they're proving that they are winning those games. So
okay.
People might say, oh, they came back to earth now because you're playing each other and you're going to lose some games, but somebody's got to lose a game when you're playing each other in the division, right? So
sure.
So it's those games that when you're out of the division that shows if you're a good team or not, you're a division. So
gotcha.
I would think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lauren, what'd you do? Wander outside?
No, but somebody's working. Somebody's got to work the hut. So I like to venture out when people go in, give them space, do their thing.
Okay.
Just have them sign off if they want to come on this Fans View.
Yep, you got it.
Get the waiver.
I'm just waiting for a Gritty sighting so I can flip the camera for everybody, but I haven't seen him yet.
I think he's a little shy when he sees cameras.
Oh, definitely.
That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, what do you think, Carl? Are they? Is this the best division so far you've seen?
I think so. Yeah, I do. Nobody expected Washington or the Giants to be any good.
Right.
So I think there's two unexpected situations right there. You know, and kudos to them because I mean, you know, they're playing well. They're, you know, super shorthanded. You know, the Giants have been, you know, the Giants have been doing okay. Um, you know, they're going to go as far as, you know, their offense is going to take them
Right.
with the quarterback and the running back. Um, you know, uh, I don't know about impressive coaching. I don't know. I don't know much about the coaching. Where uh, they're much better than they have been in the past. So I guess somebody's coaching up the players a little bit better. I mean, Barkley's still Barkley. He's as good as it gets when he's healthy.
Right.
You know,
But
but yeah, I mean,
for them, it all comes down to Daniel Jones.
well, and you and I have talked about this like over and over and over again. You know, all these young quarterbacks, they need time to develop. They need time to become who they're going to be for the future. Whether they're
Right.
gonna, whether they're gonna be, in it for the long haul, right?
Oh yeah.
Whether they're gonna have, a great career or not. Look up in the other side of New York with the Jets. Second overall pick, and he doesn't even dress. Sunday, and so it's as I've said all along, you got to be lucky. You got to be lucky enough, not to get injured, because
Right.
injuries will definitely tear you apart. Especially if you don't have backups. Nick, I don't know. Is this a contract year for Jones?
Yeah. This is
is?
his contract year. Yeah.
Okay, well, who knows, right? Who knows what what they I mean, he's been okay, right? I mean, he's been okay up there.
Yeah, and the coach is doing, Dable's doing a good job with them, trying to put them in positions to do what's good for him. He's still mobile enough, but you just got to put pressure on him, and things do fall apart sometimes on him when he has to make too much pressure.
Well, Nick's asking some pretty good questions, and I think they're finally playing well because they're healthy. You know what I mean? I think everybody's healthy. Coaching does go a long way, but I mean, they've been around now. This is what, Barkley's fourth year in professional football.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I mean, he knows what it takes to win. He came from a big program,
and like you said, this is his first year really being healthy,
right?
Right. And after his rookie year, and he's been hurt since then, and he's got a coach now that knows how to put him in a good spot as well. Because we watch him, just talk about it. With the Eagles games, he dominates the Eagles in the first half, and then the second,
and then
half,
he disappears.
Then he's gone. It's like,
yep.
And so it's one of those things that you just gotta, go on there and see what happens. But I guess we're getting hacked in here.
Yeah, can you delete them?
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Or let's see if I can. Yeah, well, here you go.
Yeah,
but
they need to get deleted.
Yeah, they're blocked. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's tough. Like we were talking the other day. Probably one of the two hardest positions to play in sports is quarterback. To be able to process all that stuff in 2-3 seconds, to be able to know what you're doing when with these defenses and stuff, it's tough. And it's to see a good quarterback play is impressive. To know what you're doing.
Well, I mean, he's been in. I would assume we're talking about Jalen Hurts. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, he's taking big steps.
Well, and he comes from a football family.
Right.
He's played in some great programs along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of, they've gone slowly with him up until this point.
Right.
I think the big thing, and I can't emphasize it enough, I think the addition of A.J. Brown to this offense has just, exploded off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
I just think, bringing him in, I wouldn't call him a mentor, but he's definitely a big friend of Jalen's,
Mhm.
he now has somebody there who has his back, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Um, you know, Joe Stinger brings up a big question about Jason Kelsey. Hey, there's no doubt that Kelsey's the heart of this offense.
Right.
There's no doubt whatsoever. This team rides on him week in and week out. But how about the guy on the other end of that line? Now, let's talk about Lane Johnson. 2
Yeah.
years. He
Yeah.
hasn't given up a sack in 2 friggin' years.
Yep.
Right? That doesn't get talked about enough.
No.
It doesn't get talked enough about how great this offensive line has been.
And not only just sacks, just quarterback hits, even pressures.
Right.
On top of it. I mean, it's pretty impressive the
Yeah.
stretch that he's
the game is definitely won in the trenches, the O line, the D line, but this O line, and I know the coach,
Statland.
has gone through, I think, 3 or 4 head coaches now here in Philadelphia. And the guys love him.
Mm-hmm.
Love them so much they had a T-shirt made. Seems to be a big thing nowadays. T-shirts.
Yes.
No, Jason Kelsey. They talk about him every year. Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Playing like this, you can almost make that assumption right now that barring any serious injury, he's going to play forever.
No, I think that's exactly right. I think that's his thing. He wants to get out before he gets that major injury, and it's just a matter of seeing when a team's not ready to win, and we don't see that happening in the near future. So that's going to entice him to keep playing as well. So as long as he doesn't keep getting these little nagging injuries, you should see him here for a long time, which is big to see.
And the other guys that they've built around with, drafting a replacement for Kelsey down the road. It's just, just things seem to be falling into place, barring any, we had a huge setback with the injury to Goddard. I think they missed that position in that offense. And I think Jalen might be trying to maybe compensate a little bit for that. What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because he's picked up his he has like 33 rushing attempts in the last 2 games since Goddard's been out.
Right.
16 and 17 rushes. That's a little bit too much for me, but I think like you're saying, it's because of the factor that they have him out. That Goddard's not there.
Right.
Because like you're saying, AJ Brown, completes the team, but having Devontae Smith, Goddard, and AJ Brown along with Miles Sanders with the running game, you have, with this offensive line, like Joe's saying, they don't get enough credit, which they don't. But the offense is really complete, and it's showing in Jalen's game as well how he's taken a major step forward as well with that. It's hurt a little bit the offense because Stoll's not the same player as Goddard.
No.
For the dynamics of it, because you see, Jalen Hurts throw a little screen pass to Goddard, and it's 1 yard off the line of scrimmage, and he's got a 17-yard gain from it. That's not just happening with anybody. You need that special talent to be able to run after the catch to do it. So
Yep.
that's nice to see. And unfortunately, we have him missing for another 2 more weeks at least before he can be eligible to come back. If he's able to be on time.
It sounds like Shawnee's throwing, Gronk into the mix. I guess he thinks Gronk might want to win another ring, so he'd come to Philadelphia.
I mean, if he's able to play just like Sue and Joseph is coming onto the team, I'm sure. All these older guys that are, what did you say? Malcolm Jenkins wants to play with the team now, come back with the safeties being out. All these guys, yeah, of course, want to come back to, play, but I don't know. Gronk's been out a little bit, too long, I think, right now, and he doesn't have that same connection that he did, with Tom Brady, with Jalen Hurts, so it may not be as easy of a step in like he did when he came back.
Yeah, but you run 10 yards downfield and you turn around and the ball's there.
Yeah, true. No, true. That's true.
Come on,
but it takes a little while though to get that connection though with those guys.
No doubt. I'm just having fun with it because let's have some fun, right? The Birds are 10-1.
Right.
I mean, I know we talked about it. We were all over the board with, wins and losses and what could be and what couldn't be. And nobody thought that they'd be 10-1 at this point. Nobody, none of us.
Nope.
They've taken the NFL by surprise. It's been a fun year. Lauren, you look bored.
No, there was a little action, so I had to just hop off for a minute, but I'm back.
All right, good to hear.
You like that action?
Maybe some of that spiked hot chocolate might be in order.
Is that for me or for the people here? Because everybody here has a cup.
No, you for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
She's in. You don't have to tell her twice. She's in.
No, you're lucky that it's 7:00 and I haven't had one yet.
Is it any good?
Well, when I was here, John, when was that? Was it Friday?
Friday night, yeah.
I had a peppermint whiskey hot chocolate, or I'm sorry, a peanut butter whiskey hot chocolate. And it was pretty good. Not too much peanut butter, but it was good.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
Peppermint might not be bad.
Yeah, they have that as an option too. I think Bailey's is an option, Kahlua, all kinds of stuff.
There you go.
Nice. So we're gonna, we're coming up on the 7:00 hour. We've been talking a lot of Eagles football, and let's end this segment on a positive note because Nick was asking the overall pick from the Saints belongs to our Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's what fifth pick.
Fifth or sixth, yeah, I believe it's sixth.
Okay, so we stand to draft pretty good unless Howie ends up trading away and trading for more picks or Howie likes to make noise on draft day.
He does, but the way they were saying, I think the guy from Clemson, the defensive tackle from Clemson,
right,
will be able to drop to him at 6.
Okay,
and which will help for him because I think the other kid from Alabama would be the other option, but he would go a little bit higher. So we need the Saints to lose a couple more games, and
okay.
And ironically enough, we'll be one of the teams to give them an extra loss, in a few weeks. So.
Yeah, we got what do we got after the Titans at home this week? We go on the road for 3, right?
Yeah, we got the Giants, the Bears, and then the Cowboys on Christmas Eve. And then I believe it's the Saints and then the Giants to finish up the year. So
all right.
So yeah, we got a nice little stretch here to go. Get through that three game road trip will be a little bit tough, but
well, there's nothing. West Coast trips are the worst.
right.
So, at least
Just going to Chicago.
Yeah, New York's easy. Chicago's not too bad.
Same with Dallas.
Dallas, you get in and you get out. You know what I mean? You just got to go there and piss off the fans with put an L on them, and that'll just about end their season. So
that would, yes, especially on Christmas Eve. That would be a nice way.
That's all I need.
We'll get Jalen Hurts to be like Jeff Garcia. Be Merry Christmas, Philadelphia, after that win.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Hey, real quick. Next week we start our tomorrow's December 1st, so we got a busy December schedule. Next week we're at the world famous Dagwoods Pub up in the Great Northeast. We've had a nice run there for almost 2 years now, John.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, it started before the pandemic, and then we had a few months off there with the pandemic, and then jumped right back into it. So,
yeah. So we're looking forward to next week.
Probably going on 3 years without with the barn, a little bit of a separation.
Yeah, it's been a nice run. They're great hosts, great food, great drinks. Next week, Milt Thompson's our guest, along with Santa Kringle.
Yeah.
So we'll be in a festive mood for sure. We've also got next Wednesday night we've been invited out to Conshohocken Brewery in is that Norristown, Lauren? It is Norristown. Okay. I always get it confused.
Yeah, it's like Norristown, Conshohocken area.
Right. So they're having a holiday party as well. It's going to be a lot of vendors set up. Bridgeport, thank you, Nick. That's what I was thinking of. You got a lot of kids. They want to get on the show.
No, they don't want to get on the show. It's a lot of hot chocolates.
It's a lot of hot chocolates.
For the kids?
No, these are not kid friendly.
Uh-oh. But so we're at Dagwoods for the live show. We'll also be setting up a vendor table at Conshohocken Brewery with I believe it's Puddler's Kitchen, and I understand the food is pretty awesome. I haven't personally been there, but our good friend Bill Mattis is going to be there for representing Carl's Cards. So we're pretty excited about that. We were invited, and you can't say no, right? When you're going to be around, a lot of greatness, Ray Didinger and Glenn McNall and Mike Silsky, a lot of guys that have written books this past year and beyond. And we're looking forward to that. So that's next Wednesday. So come out, enjoy early part of December with us at Dagwoods. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've already been told by Dagwoods that we'll be back next year. So they're back on board, or we're back on board with them. I like to word it that way. So we're pretty excited about that. And today, John found out that our presenting sponsor, City Distilling, again, we're partnering up, and we're going to. We got to work on some new T-shirts. We need a little something special.
There you go.
So we need to work on that, and I am 99.9% positive that we'll be back at Hanrahan's in Delco as well.
Yep.
So we must be doing something right. We're having fun. We're packing the house most nights. So we're really looking forward to a fun 2023. But we got to get through December 1st. We got a busy time. Laurie, what's going on out there? Give us a little something gritty nights on Wednesdays, I believe.
It's not every Wednesday. No, it varies. He bounces around. He's not always on Wednesdays. I think next week he's here on Thursday. But if you go to Tinseltown's website, they have a calendar of events that you can see. But every Wednesday you can bring your dog. I think it's called like Wagon Wednesdays or something like that. So I've definitely seen a fair amount of dogs out here tonight. So that's been cool. The guy that was just in the hut asked if we had any Cowboys things. So I just thought I'd share that with you.
Is that why you cut us off?
Well, that's why I muted it. I never know if somebody's going to have a question or two, but and then that's that cowboy smirk that they all have asked me if we had any cowboy stuff. So
what cowboy smirk are you talking about?
That like I know I'm asking a question that you're probably not going to have anything, and I'm a Cowboys fan in Eagles country, but I'm going to ask you anyway. One of those.
Did you show him the mini helmet?
I did. I said, well, we have a mini helmet, and he said, who's it signed by? And I said, it's not. And then he just stared at me.
Hey, John.
Yeah, I see them again. They're back in again.
You got another one you got to block. You got to, we're, there you go.
What's going on with these people?
Yeah, this is when you've hit the big time when, they all want to be part of the show.
Exactly.
Are you like bots? Is that what's happening?
They're getting blocked. So. Okay.
You got that, John? Because I'm looking.
Yeah, they're blocked on there now.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know if that was the same person from the last time.
Well, I'm sure it was. It had a lot of the same verbiage.
It did, yeah.
So
it was different, but
yeah,
different verbiage. But
nothing got through. But we don't need any of that. That's
not when you're having fun in Philadelphia sports.
Nah, there's too much of that going on. Real quick, I know last week we talked a lot about tradition with Thanksgiving and whatnot, and I know there's a lot of basketball fans in the Philadelphia area. Tonight's a big doubleheader at the Palestra.
Yeah.
Big time doubleheader at the Palestra. You got who we got, John? Help me out here. I posted it this morning, and that fast I forgot.
You forgot it?
Yeah, I had it on my page, and you have Penn and St. Joe's, right? You got Penn and St. Joe's. You got Temple and LaSalle.
Yeah, LaSalle. Yeah.
You got a doubleheader at the old Palestra. Talk about old school basketball, right at the Palestra. Good stuff. Really good stuff. There's a lot of tradition right there.
Oh yeah, those games give you the chills when I went there a few times back in grade school and high school days, and it was nothing like it.
You
going
remember
down there.
Back that far, John?
I do. It was back in the 90s, but yeah, I get back there on a good day. The rain stopped, so I can remember.
Okay. Yeah. So, along those lines, Philly basketball, a lot of tradition. Talk a little bit about LaSalle because, our good friend Dan Baker used to call a lot of the games for LaSalle.
Yeah, he did. And it was.
And a lot of the Big Five stuff at the Palestra along with LaSalle.
Yeah, he was a big spokesman, or announcer for the Big Five, and
Yep.
he would run a lot of that back in the 70s and 80s there.
Yep.
So yeah,
still was talking a lot about it the night that we had him up at Dagwoods.
Yes. Yes, he was.
He's still heavily involved. And do I have the story correct? Your sister was a part of the LaSalle program?
Well, Drexel.
Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, she was with them with Drexel.
Gotcha.
And, so yeah, she's still working there. She's the athletic director there at Drexel for the basketball team, and helps out the players. Now she's the boss of the group there. So yeah, it's a big time thing that they got going on there, and for him to be like we were saying, he's Philadelphia through and through. Dan Baker with all the, not just the Phillies and the Eagles, the Big Five, you name it. He's done it pretty much with the Flyers, with the Blazers and stuff.
Sure.
So,
Oh yeah,
he's seen it all.
We're spoiled. We're
Right.
spoiled with the announcing guys, that we've had roll through Philadelphia. Even more so just to today with Merrill Reese with the Eagles.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what we recently had with, Harry Callis and Chris Wheeler, with the Phillies going back to 2008.
With Ashburn,
Ashburn with Harry, and going back even deeper with By-Some, and some of these announcing combinations were just off the chart.
Oh yeah,
just speaking of that, in December 10th at the store, we've got Tom McCarthy and Scott Fransky rolling through Havertown, so we're pretty excited about that. Scott had the great call during the World Series with the Bedlam at the bank.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to, we like having fun. So, these seem like two fun guys, and, they're going to share the experience with all of us. So we're looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so,
that's going to be fun.
Like so
they just carry on the tradition, with Phillies announcers. I mean, it's.
And Tom does a great job because, he too does college basketball, college football, NFL football.
Yeah.
He's very, he's all over the board, and he's damn good at it as well.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I recently saw him and Tony Romo had done a game together on CBS.
Yeah.
Great company, CBS. I don't know why they chose Tony Romo, but okay. That's my cowboy shot of the night.
Exactly. It's we're lucky with that. It's like you said, you just keep going on and on, and we lose a great one, and then another year here. Oh, here goes another one that's you're right back.
Yep.
And it's we're blessed here, for that.
Lauren, what do you got?
Well, and I just wasn't sure how loud it was when people go by, so I just like to mute it so you don't have to hear, unnecessary background noise. That's all.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if you had a sighting or something. I didn't want to miss it.
No, I don't have a sighting.
How's the crowd on this Wednesday night?
You know what? I have to say it's better than I thought it was going to be, to be honest. One, because it's a Wednesday and, people, obviously, it's a work week, it's a school night. But that doesn't seem to hold anybody back.
Not with Tinseltown around.
Nope.
Brittany's up there. Brittany's up to your right, though, isn't he? Is that taking pictures, probably?
Would you mean my left?
Well,
that way? You like up near the bar? Is that what you think? Up where the?
No, he's up by the. He's up by the front.
Setup.
Yeah, he's up by the front entrance.
Oh, in his gritty photo hut. I see.
Yeah.
I don't know, because every time I've seen him, he's been flying by on his scooter. So I don't know if he just hangs out in that hut for photos or how that works.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they have a cool Philly sports spot here. They have each of the teams in lights, and it's a pretty cool photo op.
Yeah, you've shared some of those.
Yep.
on some of your recent posts, and I'm sure you'll be sharing a lot more over the course. We're there till the end of the month, right?
December 31st. Yep. So we're here pretty much every night that Tinseltown is open. I know early in the month they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but the rest of the week they're open. Most of the times they close at 9 or 10, but if you go on their website or click on their page that we've tagged a bunch of times, you can get the full rundown. But it's a really nice spot. I think this is their second year doing it here. They've definitely added some things from last year, made some improvements. So it's a very nice spot. They do have time tickets. So if you go on the website, you can buy different tickets based on the time that you want to come here. I would probably say that's recommended on like Friday and Saturday nights when it's probably the busiest. But I also think the price is lower when it's the week, like during the week. So tonight is probably a much cheaper ticket than like a Friday or Saturday.
Gotcha.
So I'm guessing, people want to take advantage of that. Or maybe don't work like a normal work week where maybe their days off are right now. So they come out for this. But yeah, pretty good crowd. But they got a lot of cool stuff going on here. They have an ice slide that's new for this year. So you pay $5 and you can go down the ice slide as much as you want for like an hour, I think it says. There's an ice skating rink. Mrs. Claus does like story time, and then Santa's here, obviously. And then there's a bunch of really cool vendors. So, yeah, pretty good.
Nice. All right. So, John, we've been talking a lot about, different, Philly sports, and, obviously the Flyers ended a 10-game losing streak last night. Thank God.
Right.
I just, I just, as much as I love the Flyers, I mean, they've just become increasingly hard to watch. And it just, I was so glad that they, they played back to back with the Islanders, and, they just seem like they have bad starts and hard finishes, and, everything in between. But is this basically, and I know you and I have talked about it, is this basically what we're in store for this year? I mean, they've got a lot of top players that are on the injury list that probably won't be back this year at all.
Right.
Is this the kind of year that we're gonna see out of them?
Unfortunately, I think so, because like you said, with the salary cap world, you got, top guys being injured. It's makes it hard for teams to, have good replacements for those guys.
Right.
And you have some players down in the minor leagues that you might be able to pull up, but it's tough, bringing in a young guy. Because who was it? Cam York, they were saying probably may have been up. Or is it him or the other defenseman that's down there that they just sent down? He probably would have been up, but they didn't have any practice time, right now. And so without having the practice time, he was sitting on the bench all day long, not playing and not getting the effort that, so they had to send him down just so he can play.
Yeah.
And, having the games on the weird channels isn't always good either.
Well, the ESPN Plus with the Hulu combination, is probably the biggest, because that's like another $15 a month.
Right.
You know what I mean? Them $15 a month deals, are adding up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They make it difficult, to the point where, they're not playing good enough for you to pony up, an extra $15.
Right.
You know what I mean? To watch them lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes it increasingly difficult. I know tomorrow night there's another, I know they do this throwback Thursday kind of thing, and I think they are, I think they're honoring the team of the 80s, the decade of the 80s, I'll say. Tomorrow night, I was invited down by Joe Cadillac Jr., unfortunately unable to attend. I would have loved to, because it would have been a fun event. Meet a lot of the guys. I understand several are coming into town.
Right.
They're giving out another poster, and I know the GM has gotten his butt kicked, but what GM in Philadelphia hasn't gotten his ass kicked? You know what I mean?
True.
We've beat them all up. We ran. What was his name? Clintack. We finally ran him out of town, and John Middleton blessed us with a decent veteran GM that could get the job done. And, hopefully the Sixers have done the same thing with their guy. And, I just don't know about the Flyers. I just that's a big hole to dig out of when you're talking about 6 or 7 of your veteran players that now Konechny's out for an extended period of
Yeah.
time. Just bad.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Stinger, Hextall, 4 years since he was abruptly sent packing. Took me a while to finally agree, but I think that was probably the worst move that they've made in a really long time. It just didn't. It hasn't paid off for the Flyers.
No.
I don't know what they were expecting. I know injuries aren't predictable, but it's been bad. It's been god awful, and unfortunately, we're going to have to roll with it for the duration of the year. And I know the coach, he looks frustrated. He talks like, he's a hard ass. But I think deep down inside, he's got to understand the situation. He's running an awful lot of young guys out there on these lines.
Yeah, he's been through it before. He knew what he was coming into, that it was going to be a little while, and
right.
He likes to challenge, and he's got a challenge here. That's
right.
for sure. And it's just a matter of we talked about it here at the store. Jack's been in the store with us talking about it. It's tough in the town of Philly to do it, but you almost have to break it down and start from scratch. And
exactly.
It's one of those things that it's going to be ugly for a few years while you're rebuilding, but at least you have a little bit of hope that things are going in the right direction by doing that, instead of having it being ugly and having no light at the end of the tunnel. So
I mean, it'll give you a sense of, this is what we're going to do, and we're really going to suck for the next 4 or 5 years, unless we draft a number 1 pick that, is an instant, offensive machine.
Right.
And those guys don't come around all that often. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And we've certainly, we've had some rough sledding with, some of our draft picks.
Oh, yeah.
But I think what you need to do is you need to figure out, who's going to man this ship, who's going to be in charge. And I don't think the direction of the team right now is the same direction, that you're going to see in a year or 2 or 3.
Right.
With who's running the ship, who's in charge. I mean, I know Comcast owns it. I know it's a corporation now. I know, we've cut that up and dissected that.
Right.
It is what it is. There's a lot of teams that are corporation owned now. But you need to hire the right people, and the right people have to have the ability to go out and, change things around and make it right. But falling short of tearing it down, you got to hope that a couple of these contracts come off the books, here and there. I know they've been very frugal in eating a couple of these contracts,
right.
Which they may end up having to do at the end of the day. That JVR contract, is just god awful. Now on top of it, he's hurt. Sean Couturier was a nice player, but he's in his mid-30s now, I believe, 32, 33. Not that it's old, but it is for a hockey player who's, been injury bound the last, year and a half.
Yeah, that was more of a core injury too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll hope for the best. I just, right now we're coming off, a Phillies, nice run for this year. I know everybody's amped up. The general managers meetings start in a couple of days. I believe it's December the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. They last about a week, and apparently there's going to be a few good signings announced. So let's hope that one of them is heading to the bank.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I think we're gonna have a nice. We're gonna get two nice signings, a position player and a pitcher. I believe we're gonna get. And
Okay.
the starting pitcher, and then probably another couple of bullpen guys as well. And we'll see how it works out. It depends on who that starting pitcher may be that they might be able to get. I guess will be determining whether we go out and get Trey Turner or we go and get Xander Bogaerts, depending on where the money lays. Not that I guess Bogaerts might be a little bit cheaper price wise in the grand scheme, but so you might if you can go a little bit heavier with the pitching, maybe Bogaerts is the guy, and if not, Trey Turner will be the guy. I'm guessing is what is going to be the
Trey's
best.
looking for $30 million. Is that the starting point for Trey Turner?
Is that what? Yeah, it's probably about where it's going to be. Yeah,
Just a matter of years.
right, exactly. And who's the best fit? Probably. It's a tough one because both players are quality players. Bogaerts.
Yeah, but Turner gives you options. No,
right. You have to go with Turner probably because of the leadoff spot, and
he gives you options for a legitimate leadoff guy. Not only can he play shortstop, he can play center field for you.
right.
And I think that's huge come playoff time, especially when you want to load up, on offense.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need a center fielder that's hitting $160.
Yeah, true.
So I think if you're talking Bogaerts at 25 or Trey Turner at 30, I think I'm gonna spend the extra $5 million and make a serious run at Trey Turner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. With our ballpark, both players will be good as far as hitting wise, but Turner has that stolen base, side of it as well, which it's not used a lot in Major League Baseball anymore, but it's nice to have that ability to have that in your back pocket.
And he's already made it clear he wants to play, on the East Coast. He wants to train in Florida. He wants to play with, Bryce Harper. He wants to come to Philadelphia. He's saying all the right things.
Right. Oh yeah. And that's the thing when your team was in the World Series, it makes it more viable for free agents to want to come here.
Sure.
So that's huge.
I read an article today, and I forget the pitcher's name. I guess Dombrowski has ties to him too as well from Boston. Apparently, he's a free agent pitcher out of Boston. Again, the name escapes me.
I didn't see that report yet, but yeah, I mean that's a good thing. See, that's where Dombrowski's going to flourish for this team. Because he's got connections to a lot of different things, different areas.
Yep.
He he may not be that flashy pitcher or player, position player, but he's going to work here in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. I like a GM that goes down into the clubhouse and celebrates with the guys.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that about the owner, the GM, everybody. They were all, celebrating. I thought that was really cool to see.
Absolutely. And well deserved. Because they put a lot of work into this team as well.
Yes.
To get this team where it's at. Through the injuries that we've had this year.
Yep.
I think we used like almost 60 players this year.
Is that right? Is that what the number was?
It was high 50s, if not 60. Pushing 60 there. And
okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces going on. With the team, and
right.
It's not one of those things that you take lightly. And he's been through the wars. And done good things with other teams. So, having him around is going to make things a lot more comfortable for fans. I think going with a pick that we may not understand at the time or be like, oh, that person wasn't on our radar, but he pulls them out of the mix, and
Right.
Kind of like the Brad Marsh. I mean, he struggled a little bit hitting wise this year, but he's a young guy, that could fit here in Philadelphia, and given a little bit of time with Kevin Long, hopefully he gets that swing turned around for next year,
Right.
and be able to unlock the what made him a top 100 prospect, with the Angels,
Yeah.
and
Well, maybe the change of scenery and, working with him a little bit and starting the season fresh, maybe they found lightning in the bottle there. Who knows?
right. Yeah. I mean, like you said,
you know,
you like to see him hit a little bit more,
Right.
but,
right.
he came up with a few home runs here and there that were, big at the moments when he
Let's
did.
just say he was better than anything that we had.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Yep.
What's going on in Clear? A lot is going to be going on in Clear. What's going on in Clearwater, Joe Stinger? We're sending our intrepid reporter, Sean, down there, in a few days. Shawnee heads down to Clearwater to check things out. So we'll see what's going on there.
Well, they just bought that mall area, right? Aren't they transferring?
Yeah, that's the parking lot where Buffalo Wild Wings is or used to be.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was a gym, like an LA Fitness kind of place,
Uh-huh.
and a flooring tile place on the other side. And then the Phillies occupied pretty much the center of the parking during game day.
Right.
So I guess they bought up the property, and they needed parking bad.
Yeah.
They needed parking really, really bad. Clearwater next Wednesday. There you go. Our man Shawnee's heading down next Wednesday.
He's missing our show. We'll miss you, Shawnee.
He's got some loose ends to tie up. He's got a big day coming up. So he's got some loose ends. Probably not loose ends. He just looks for any excuse to go to Clearwater.
Yeah, Clearwater in December. Yeah, tough decision whether.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, don't forget to pack your flip flops.
Suntan lotion as well.
Yeah, little 30 block or something.
And your little rubber ducky to go swimming in the pool with.
Jealous. Yep, me too. Me too. 3, 4. We're gonna hang on for a couple minutes because Santa says he's gonna bring this sled down and give us a couple of minutes. So he said he's able to jump on with us, but I guess he's busy making toys and getting things all prepared for his big night. So 80 degrees today, huh? In Brooksville, Florida. How nice. How nice.
So Carl, who was you had said, for the extra $5 million Turner, but any other positions that you would want to see the Phillies go after?
Well, this whole, and it's funny you mentioned that because, everybody's kicking Rhys Hoskins' ass right now. You know what I mean? And
I know I got stabbed in the back a couple of times today.
I don't know what's life going to be like in Philadelphia without Rhys Hoskins. Okay, let's look at it like that.
Right.
Who's going to replace him? Who's going to take care of them 25 to 30 home runs? I know he gives you a few extra, errors, but let's talk about those 25 to 30 home runs.
Yes.
Because you don't have a third baseman hitting home runs. He doesn't hit for power.
Plus the double, plus the extra base hits with the doubles as well. 30
Well,
home, 30 doubles.
You take out the errors, and the errors are a big deal. I get it.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I totally get it. You're supposed to have power up the middle, right? Your catcher, your shortstop, second base, was always an area. Your third base, was a big power area. Your center fielder, another power area.
We have a guy that might be able to answer that question about Reese Hoskins coming in, ready to come in.
All right, well, bring him in.
All right, here we go.
Hey,
how we doing? You there?
Oh, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
You're breaking up. Tell them elves to take a break.
Let me. How about now? Is that a little better?
Still a little scratchy, but what do you got going on? You're busy. You're busy as all heck this time of year.
Well, yeah. It's my time of year, my friends. and of course, I'm looking forward to visiting this Fans View next week, and then again in a couple weeks. It's always a fun time.
There you go. So glad you made time for us tonight, and I think 2 or 3 other times throughout the month. So it's always good to have an edge with Santa Kringle.
And just make sure John doesn't have any snowballs.
Hey, so
it all depends on last year the presents weren't as good as I was hoping for. So you might see a snowball or two coming your way.
Oh, you're really going to be disappointed this year.
Hey, so did you have much of a chance to follow the Phillies this year?
I did, and I'll tell you, I told everyone that they were like a surprise Christmas gift. You thought you were going to get socks, and you opened it up, and it was a PlayStation 5.
I like that analogy. Can you bring Reese Hoskins a new fielding glove?
Well, that I'm not allowed to get involved in the sports. I can bring you jerseys and baseball bats, but I can't mess with the players. That goes against the Guardians code.
Well, the Guardians now play in Cleveland, right?
So do they get an advantage?
Oh, they're not. They're not part of the mystical truth. With myself, the Easter Bunny, Jack Frost, and the Tooth Fairy, they're not part of that. Although sometimes they play like they are.
Well, they did make the playoffs, my friend.
Well, a blind elf finds a cookie every once in a while.
So you're going to be with us next Wednesday night at Dagwood's Pub.
I am looking so forward to it. I love visiting that part of the city. It's always fun. Always a good time hanging out with you fellas now.
There you go.
All right.
Well, one of you. I'll let you figure out which one.
All right. Well, we've been friends a long time, so I hope it's me.
Well, let's just say it's not. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. The other way. Up there.
There we go.
There you go. Put your finger up to your right.
Forgot the elves had the camera reversed.
They're messing with you again, huh?
Yeah, well, they're talking about going on strike for more cookies, and
at this time of the year, on almost December 1st.
Oh, they did that. I taught them well. They know when to hold people up.
There you go.
All right. Well,
that's not
thanks
good.
Thanks for sharing a few minutes with us. We certainly appreciate it. We'll let you get back to kicking their butts. Get them back to work. There's a lot of kids out there that deserve lots of presents.
You know what? And 2 of the nicest kids I'm talking to on the other end of this line.
Oh,
you both, and not only do you both deserve a nice present, I'm going to bring a little special gift that I had. It's made especially for certain people this year. One for each one of you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, thank you.
All right. Well,
all right. Bye, my friends. I will see you next week.
See you next week. Can't wait.
What?
Can't wait for it next week.
Oh, can't wait. I thought you told me to wait. I was like, what am I waiting for? I thought you were going to do something spectacular.
Woohoo!
Instead you got my hopes up and crashed down like the Flyers.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, pucks for everybody.
Oh,
All right,
my friend.
Santa.
Be safe and have a wonderful night.
Thanks, you as well.
Thank you.
Bye now.
All right. Always a special time when Santa can join the show and sprinkle us with some Christmas cheer.
Absolutely.
I'd rather have a beer, but
yeah,
it's all good.
Absolutely.
Johnny, I think we wore out our welcome. We overshot our hour, so great show.
Yes.
Lauren, I guess Lauren may have gotten busy, or maybe she got held up by Gritty. Who knows?
Gritty may have gotten to her.
But anyway, it was great having her giving us a little rundown of Tinseltown. We're busy. We're busy all over Delco between the store. What did Nick tell me? What was the name of that town again? Bridgeport. Thank you. Bridgeport next Wednesday. Dagwoods up in the Great Northeast next Wednesday. Back to Delco. Delco throughout the month at Carl's Cards. We're busy.
Yeah,
we're busy. So, Johnny, great show. Thanks, everybody. Great questions. Hope to see many of you this month. And we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a great show. Where are we at?